when people say marriage is hard, it's work. Don't get me wrong, but you got to ask in comparison to what? Like in comparison to what is marriage hard? Is marriage hard compared to bouncing around with different women and not having no responsibility, not having to answer to a woman, not having to commit to nothing, not have to be transparent, honest, not have to turn down, you know what I mean, women? Like, is it hard compared to that for a man? Absolutely. Man, before we had all the podcasts, which got some good and bad to it, man, like as a man, like I learned everything about women, everything about relationships for the most part from music, rap music, or what I was listening to at the time. So Boosie, Webby, Lil Wayne, like Juvenile, Trick Daddy, like those are the people that I was Biggie Smalls, like those are the people that I was listening to growing up who kind of shaped my understanding of like women and what to think about women and what to think about relationships. So you can imagine, like I ain't get no substance from that. Now, man, being a proud to say it, man, a family man. Like I'm happily married, man. Like got an amazing wife. Like I be on the top. Love my wife, man. Love her. Like if I can have my way, we'll probably have about 12 kids. But like I love my wife. I'm deeply attracted to my wife, and I love being in a committed marriage. I love building a family with her. But marriage ain't glamorized. Like it ain't put out there. It ain't highlighted as something that's great and how special it really is. And like I said, when I think about the music that I came up on, it was a complete opposite of what I'm experiencing now. And I just think about how different my journey would have been with women and learning about women, like all the bad patterns and ideas I had to break to get to this space I'm in now from the music. How much different it would have been if I would have grew up and rappers was talking about, finding you a great looking woman, a great woman with some substance and character, who build you a family with, raise you some kids with, man, get you some land. You know what I mean? Like that don't sound sexy. It don't sound like you can make that a good rap, but there's some dudes out there who can make it sound good. So that's on them. I ain't no rapper, but say all that to say, man, marriage ain't marketed or put out there as beneficial and as something as special and as fun as it is. And I don't like that, man. I got something to say about that because you can't build families without marriages. Like you're building broken families and you're building families that men and women got the easy. It's like coming in a house and you got the back door already open. Like you already got your way out plotted. You know what I mean? Like marriage brings that security. Marriage brings that commitment, that dedication to, man, I'm committed to this. I ain't the back door locked. Like ain't no way out of this. You know what I mean? So, and I think you need that, but especially for men, marriage is talked about as this hard thing or it's not beneficial to men. But when people say marriage is hard, it's work. Don't get me wrong. But in comparison to what? Like in comparison to what is marriage hard? Is marriage hard compared to bouncing around with different women and not having no responsibility, not having to answer to a woman, not having to commit to nothing, not have to be transparent, honest, not have to turn down, you know what I mean, women? Like, is it hard compared to that for a man? Absolutely. But when you factor in the benefits, the pros and the cons, it's the pros and the benefits. Like it crushed being out there messing with different women. And as a man, I don't have my fair share of being out there, in the game with women, like doing my thing and bouncing around, doing all of that. And it ain't too much you can tell me that I ain't been a part of or experienced. You know what I mean? So I ain't speaking from like a naive place. If I'm being honest, my perspective on it now, from that time period of my life to now, is I had fun, short experiences with a lot of different women, but I never knew a woman as deeply, as completely, as intentionally, as sincere. And I never knew the love. And like, I didn't know a woman like I did now, like I do now. Like, and I think that's the biggest mistake you can make. We only got about 70, 80 years if you living great and you're blessed. 80 years on this planet. First 20 of them, you ain't even like comprehend, like you can't even comprehend the responsibility of being a human. So you really got about 50, 50, 60. And to be dabbling with so many different women, but to never go deep into like a relationship of knowing coming together with, creating a family with, building with, like, to miss out on that because of the short, shallow, fun experiences with a lot of different women. Like I was like, you you missed the ball. You know what I mean? I'm not condemning men who never get married. Like it ain't for everybody, and you're not wrong if you never get married. But like I said, to have a bunch of shallow, short interactions with a bunch of different women versus having one quality woman that you get to know on the deepest, you get to know her soul, like her spirit, because you have so much time and energy and like just intimacy and connection built into it. Like I'm if I that's one thing I do regret. I wish I could have started sooner. Like I was playing. I was playing, man. Like so that's my perspective on it, man. Like and I'm sure other married men can share the same. A person can get 100 positive comments on a picture, but the one negative comment, it stand out like it's 1,000. And it's the same thing with like marriages where it's so many married people in the world. It's so many happily married people. And you know, and being happily married myself, I'm connected to a lot of other people that's happily married. But you only hear the negative experiences and it's expressed so loud and it sounds so loud that you think that's the experience of marriage for men. But the peace of mind, like the waste of time, if you're serious about building anything worth having, like I said, you only got about 50 years of like being capable and like having that autonomy as an adult to navigate this world and to build anything. And you're going to spend 10, 15 of them playing with different women. You're going to spend another 10 not really knowing if you want to lock in with this woman. Then you're going to spend another 5 like trying to live separate and trying to be able to do your own thing. And then, like, instead of just locking in and building deeply with one. So now I don't have to worry about, man, my phone going off at night. I ain't got to worry about trying to be at this person's house, that person's house. I can focus on my business. I can focus on my life. I can focus on my children. I can focus on my wife. I can focus on a few things and be great at them instead of trying to juggle 5, 6, 7 different things and have a roster of women. Like that's when I look back at it now, bro, it's just a waste of time, money, and resources and energy. Like just wasting my life, like literally wasting time, like that I ain't gonna ever get back. For what?